So I know this is a bit of a delayed reaction video, but I just needed to talk about Jeka Saragih's performance over Lucas Alexander. I was very impressed with this. Didn't expect this result for Jeka Saragih, so I am happy for him. I said I did want this guy to win. He is from Indonesia, you know, third, no, fourth biggest country in the world, like population wise, I believe. Like they have a large population, so I'm glad that there is like an Indonesian fighter being represented within the UFC. But yeah, like Lucas Alexander was faking takedowns, looking throwing some leg kicks. Jeka Saragi the whole time just like feinting early into the fight. Showing him that lead hand. Feinting, spinning attacks. Lucas Alexander, landed a good 1-2 jab, jabbed him again. It was front kicks him. I'm watching this literally right now, by the way. I'm not remembering this all off the top of my head. Jeka Saragi, you know, keeping that hands out, gets caught with an uppercut by Lucas Alexander that seems to rock Jeka Saragi a little bit. Then he's pressing him against the fence, leg kicks him, starts spinning really wildly, throws a head kick, lands on his ass, and then boom, Jeka Saragi catches Lucas Alexander as he's running off and knocks him out cold. Honestly, the way he caught him was so precise, it's actually crazy. Like, boom, you know, gets back up, literally spins as he gets up, and as Lucas Alexander spins, boom, gets caught right with the 1-2. Oh, fucking nasty KO, man. Such a good KO here for Jeka Saragi. This guy can be a massive star for the Indonesian market. He's the only Indonesian fighter in the UFC. The guy's a fucking beast. I do worry about his takedown defense, but he looked good. He looks good as a featherweight. I like him a lot more at featherweight than I do lightweight. There's not as many grapplers, so I don't know. Maybe this guy can spring some wins together. At the very least, it's going to be he's going to be really good for the Indonesian fan base. The UFC are going to Indonesia next year, I believe. I've read that. If that is the case, this guy can be on the main card or something. He's got to win. Maybe give him like a easy opponent. Somebody he can beat. And then yeah, just watch the Indonesian MMA fan base get even bigger because they're really passionate fans. There's a lot of events that go on in Indonesia. They have their own events, and Brave is actually going to Jakarta in a week. I'm pretty sure next week. Well, yeah, next week. I think they're going to Jakarta. So obviously Jakarta, capital city of Indonesia. So yeah, the rise of MMA is going to be really quick in Indonesia. I feel like because they're already putting on heaps of events. There is already, like I say, there is already the promotions they have in Indonesia right now. But all these major promotions are popping up there, going there. With the UFC going there, that's just gonna the boom. There's gonna be a massive boom in mixed martial arts in Indonesia. I just know it's coming. They're a warrior. Some of them like there are warrior people. I'd say the Indonesians. They're tough people. They have to deal with a lot of adversity and everything. So they're natural warriors. So to see a rise in MMA fighters from Indonesia will be very interesting. So yeah, I look forward to seeing the future of Indonesian MMA, and I think Jeka Saragi will be the face of that. Do I think Jeka Saragi is going to be champion after this performance? No, I don't. I don't think that's going to be the case. But at the very least, I think he can win some fights, string some wins together, get on a nice, good streak, and yeah, if they matchmake him right, man, he could really just explode that Indonesian fan base in the UFC. Like he could really you know, he could create a boom in Indonesian MMA. It just takes one fighter from one country to inspire like fucking millions, especially with Indonesia having such a large population. I'm sure there's just going to be a massive, massive growth of Indonesian talent. Uh, but yeah, great performance here. I just wanted to talk about this real quick because yeah, I was impressed. I didn't expect this result, and with this win, Not only is it just a good KO in general, but it's really good for the UFC long term. I feel like generally, I know it doesn't seem like. What do you mean the prelim fight between Jeka Saragih and Lucas Alexander is good for the UFC? Who cares? Well, no, it actually is. It is a big deal. Indonesia is a massive nation. Like it's generally this actually is. I know it might seem like I'm like overstating, but it actually is a really big deal. Like I think people underestimate how. Like I don't think people realize how big Indonesia is. Like there's over 200 million people who live there. Massive nation, but yeah, that's all I've got to say about that. We just want to talk about that real quick, but yeah, that's all I've got to say. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you made this far, make sure you give it a like. And let me know your thoughts on Jeka Saragih's performance here over Lucas Alexander, because I was fucking shocked. I really didn't expect this. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.